Somalia's pirates, feared across the world as ruthless criminals, hijacking ships and demanding millions in ransoms. But for many Somalis, these pirates weren't just villains, they were heroes, their own Robin Hood, fighting against a world that had abandoned them. This is the untold story of how piracy became Somalia's twisted form of justice. A story of survival, desperation, and a nation pushed to the brink. To understand Somali piracy, we need to go back to the early 1990s. Somalia's central government had collapsed and the country descended into chaos. Clans fought for control and the nation was torn apart by civil war. Amid this chaos, foreign fishing vessels saw an opportunity. They began illegally plundering Somalia's rich coastal waters, stealing fish worth millions of dollars every year. For Somali fishermen, this was devastating. Their livelihoods were stolen and they had no government to protect them. But that wasn't all. Foreign companies began dumping toxic waste along Somalia's coastline, poisoning the land and the people. It was a double blow. Foreigners were stealing their resources and destroying their environment. Desperate to protect their waters, Somali fishermen banded together. Armed with weapons, they began patrolling the coastline, defending their resources from foreign intruders. But soon, they realized they could make money by hijacking ships and demanding ransoms. This marked the birth of Somali piracy. Local warlords and investors saw an opportunity and began funding pirate operations, providing boats, weapons, and supplies. By the early 2000s, piracy had become an organized industry. Young men, desperate to feed their families, joined pirate gangs. For them, piracy wasn't just a crime, it was a way of life. Piracy in Somalia wasn't just a random act of violence, it was a well-organized business. Investors financed pirate operations, and the money flowed through a complex network. When a ship was hijacked, negotiators would demand a ransom, often in the millions. The money was paid through international banks and delivered to the ship's deck using parachutes. Once the ransom was paid, the pirates would release the ship and its crew. But the money didn't just go to the pirates. A portion was shared with local communities, funding schools, hospitals, and infrastructure. In some areas, pirates were seen as modern-day Robin Hoods, providing for the poor and standing up to foreign exploitation. One of the most famous pirate hijackings was the Maersk, Alabama, in 2009. The ship, carrying humanitarian aid, was attacked by Somali pirates. Captain Richard Phillips was taken hostage, and the world watched as the U.S. Navy launched a daring rescue mission. After 3 tense days, Navy SEALs intervened, killing 3 pirates and rescuing Captain Phillips. The pirate leader, 18-year-old Abdiwali Abdikadir Musi, was captured and later sentenced to 33 years in a U.S. prison. This incident marked a turning point in the fight against piracy. It brought global attention to the issue and led to a massive international response. By 2008, piracy had become a global threat. In response, the international community launched massive naval missions to combat piracy. Armed guards were placed on commercial ships, making it nearly impossible for pirates to succeed. By 2013, piracy incidents had dropped dramatically. But the root causes of piracy, poverty, unemployment, and foreign exploitation, remained unresolved. Today, piracy in Somalia is a shadow of its former self, but the underlying issues persist. As long as Somalia's waters are exploited and its people suffer, the cycle of violence and desperation will continue. Revolting against injustice is a sign of humanity. But when revolution takes the form of more injustice, it becomes futile. The story of Somalia's pirates is a stark reminder of the need for global cooperation to address not just the symptoms, but the root causes of conflict and poverty.